Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, it seems like the Ukrainians are going to retreat on at least three positions. One is Kharkiv, the other one is Kherson, and the other one is Bakhmut. So it's going to be north, which is Kharkiv, then it's going to be Bakhmut in the middle, and then it's going to be Kherson in the south. The Ukrainians started evacuating their children from these areas. And if they evacuate their children, is because the Russians are shelling the locations deeper into the Ukrainian territory. That means they will come with troops after that. The Ukrainians, the only successes that now they report is hitting certain targets with ATACMS or with Storm Shadow missiles. Nothing of any offensive or counteroffensive anymore. That's been dead for some time already. So I have here three articles, two coming from the Ukrainians and one coming from the Russians, talking about the Ukrainians' attacks with ATACMS on the Crimean Peninsula and the Russians stating that they downed some Storm Shadow missiles attacking the Crimean Peninsula. So let's start first with the map, so we know what we're talking about. So here is Ukraine, this is the line of contact here, and this is the Crimean Peninsula. So we have the attacks on the Crimean Peninsula. One is going to be on this little tip here. According to the Ukrainians, they use ATACMS, not only by the Ukrainians, also the Telegraph reported that, but the Telegraph reports what the Ukrainians are saying. They don't ask the Russians, hey, is it true? Like they would ask, for instance, the Israelis, hey, is it true you bombarded that hospital? And they will say, of course not. Then everything changes. No, that's not true, because the Israelis said it's not true. So the same here. They don't ask the Russians, hey, is it true? No, they're not going to ask that. They were just going to take the Ukrainians' word, just because, So that tells you how fantastic the free media is in the free world. So let's get it on with the first article here. Ukrainska Pravda, today, the 30th of October 2023. Air Defense Missile Regiment attacked in Crimea overnight. 17 Russians wounded. So here is where they say they attacked and they destroyed an area here, right here. I'm going to show you, they said they destroyed an air defense system, Russian air defense system, blah, 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 tra-la. All right, so let's see what these guys are saying. A total of 17 Russian Defense Ministry servicemen have been wounded in an attack on air defense missile regiment in Russian-occupied Crimea overnight. So this is reported by blah, 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 Astra Telegram channel, Radio Liberty, okay. So it says that Astra's sources said the missile attack occurred at 3 a.m. near the village of Olenivka, the deployment site of a missile and an anti-aircraft regiment of the Russian Defense Ministry have been attacked. All right, so probably here's Olenivka right here where they showed in this tip. So their sources reported that 17 soldiers were wounded in the attack and 5 vehicles were damaged. One of the vehicles is beyond repair. Okay, so that's one. Let's go to the next one. This comes from the Telegraph, and this is at 1:19 p.m. So first, ATACMS strike on Crimea hits air defense system. Occupied Crimea was reportedly struck for the first time by Ukrainian forces using American ATACMS missiles. Ukrainian forces attacked a Russian air defense unit in the occupied Crimea with American ATACMS, they forgot something here, missiles right there, wounding 17 troops according to Russian sources. Hey, what do you mean Russian sources? I thought they were all under Putin's scrutiny. They have sources over there? Is it the opposition media allowed to function? What are you talking about? You know. The Ukrainian military later confirmed the strike on the Russian regiment near Olenivka on the peninsula's western coast, writes our reporter Joe Barnes. So, it says here, Rybar, a pro-Russian military blogger, said, how is he allowed to say something like this? Said that Kiev had fired 2 ATACMS missiles, which have a range of around 100 miles, in a nighttime attack or strike around 3 a.m. on Monday morning. It says later it was reported that Ukraine's Air Force jets known to carry Storm Shadow cruise missiles had been spotted. Given this, Crimea may come under attack again. He wrote, so they take this guy, now they believe this guy because he writes the way they want him to write, or at least it coincides with their interest. But nevertheless, the Telegraph could not immediately verify the claims. So why do you publish them? That would be called misinformation. When you publish something and you just say it without verifying, how is that called? What if it's found out, hey, that was a lie? That's misinformation because you did it without knowing or verifying if that's true. So the Telegraph took it from that guy, Ukrainska Pravda, whatever was the other one, or Ukrinform, which one was it? Let's see. The other one was Ukrainska Pravda, took it from the same sources they claim here. Right? Astra Telegram channel, Radio Liberty, Captain 3rd Rank Dimitro Pespon on air during national pop. Okay, so this guy says Astra's sources said the missile attack. So what if that's a lie? Are these guys going to say, well, it's misinformation? Because if right now I say something that I didn't verify, would that be called misinformation? Different standard? I guess so. Let's go to the last article coming from Sputnik, and it's from 4 hours ago, today on the 30th of October 2023. Russian air defense downs 8 Ukraine's Storm Shadow missiles over Crimea, Ministry of Defense. Now that is related to this thing here that this Rybar said about Ukraine's Air Force jet known to carry Storm Shadow cruise missiles had been spotted. So maybe that's a correlation between these two. Now, Russian air defense prevented Ukraine's attempt to attack Crimea using 8 Storm Shadow cruise missiles, the Russian Defense Ministry said on Monday. On October 30th at about 1 p.m. Moscow time, so 10 GMT, Kiev's attempt to attack Crimean Peninsula with 8 Storm Shadow cruise missiles was prevented. As a result of repelling the attack by the air defense systems on duty, all missiles were shot down. Oh my, 100% success. Do you believe that? Well, earlier Kiev used Storm Shadow missiles supplied to Ukraine from the United Kingdom to attack the headquarters of the Russia's Black Sea Fleet in Sevastopol. Now, they don't say anything here about the ATACMS attack, strike on that little tip, whatever that was called, Olenivka. So let me show you. I mean, we already looked over that, but right here, this is Olenivka, according to that. Do you have any name here? No, we don't have it. Slackers. So they must have been gone around here with their planes and released from here going this direction. And wouldn't be over here, obviously, or they wouldn't be over Romania because, so probably around Odessa. They don't go on the Black Sea. I don't think they go so close. They probably get out up here on the coast, release it from here, and they were able to strike. Now, that is the Storm Shadow, because ATACMS is not air to surface. It is surface to air, I think, a surface to surface. So in this, I mean, it's not surface to air. I think it's surface to surface, but I think it could be used for that one too. It depends how you program the target. So here it is, my friends. I don't think it's surface to air though. It's just surface to surface. Nevertheless, Crimea was attacked. Olenivka was attacked. The Russians claimed they downed 8 Storm Shadow missiles. The other one said, hey, we used, the other side being the opposition media. That's kind of like strange to even have the opposition media in Russia, or at least the pro-Kremlin, saying something that it's against the pro-Kremlin's interest. Isn't it strange? Isn't he closed, that guy, Rai, whatever his name is, the blogger, the pro-Rybar? Isn't that say the pro-Russian blogger, Rybar? Isn't he closed? Isn't he in a gulag yet? And if not, why not? Because according to these guys, there's no opposition media over there, it's just Putin's media. You see, my friends, you get some information from little articles like this and you realize these guys are lying. Lying. By the way, Ukraine banned media in Ukraine because, you know, how it's called, national security. In the name of national security, they can take your wife if they want. You don't believe me? They won't say she cooperated or she's an informant or whatever they want to say. What are they going to do about it? They're going to take her, keep her somewhere for a while, and then they return her. Anyway. Thank you very much for being with me again today. The same thing here. If they want, for instance, to take me out, just show up with a signed by a judge with a warrant and you're under arrest. Do you think these guys will know? Do you think you know where I'm going to be? You're just not going to find out anything from me. You're not going to hear anything from me for a while or ever. What would you know? Oh, he got his millions and he ran to Tahiti. You will never know what happened to me. Neither my family or anybody else. What do you think? What's going to happen? Everything is going to be confidential. And at one point they say, well, he's a Guantanamo Bay because he did this. And what are you going to do? Nothing. They can't do that. Okay. Thank you very much for being with me again today. And I'm not talking about me only. I'm talking about you as well. If your mouth becomes too big and they don't like you, they will, in the name of the good and prevent and protect everybody else, they're going to, invite you. Stay strong, stay smart. Look for the truth and be just, my friends.